On today's episode, we have an amazing and an interesting one. We have a retired principal, from the few decades ago, but we want to understand how was it, as a principal, as a teacher also, because the systems change along the way. But before we get into that, this production is brought to you by Dreamstream Studios. All you have to do is just dial the number that is appearing right now or just follow them on our social media platforms. It's TikTok and Instagram, Dreamstream Studios. Savona mama, le kae ma?
Hello, re teng mme le kae?
Re teng le name. Ke
Yeah.
itumeletse gore kajeko re kaofela we're going to have fun.
Thank you.
Ke tlo kopa gore o ikitsise gore ke mang mama.
Okay, lebitso la ka ke Thembeka Mashigo. Ni Phokojwe.
Okay.
Yes.
Mama o tswa kae o goletse kae? Re ke itse fa.
Ke goletse mo Diepkloof.
Okay.
I was born in Dlamini but raised in Diepkloof. Yes. I went to school ko Thabisile Junior Primary School. When we came to Diepkloof, my parents couldn't find a Sotho school.
Okay.
The nearest school in Leona was Thabisile, a Zulu school.
Zulu.
So we had to go and attend to a Zulu school. But we went there, we enjoyed. We were like, my mom is Xhosa, Zulu and Xhosa are nearer to each other. So there was no problem with it.
Now let's take it here. Ukeni Skolomon, then your tertiary. What did you do?
Tertiary, I did research in education. I was basically in education.
Wow.
But I also majored in isiZulu. Yes.
Yeah.
I also majored in isiZulu.
Wow.
But my main was education.
So, Mama, you really wanted to tap into being a teacher?
When I started, my mom was still working. It was during the 77, 78 era.
Yes.
My mom just came one day on a Friday from work and said, I got you a school, a college for teaching. I had never planned to be a teacher.
Wow.
My mom planned for me to be a teacher. She came on Friday. On Saturday, I had to pack my things on Sunday, leave for college. I went there and I started enjoying.
Wow.
I started enjoying teaching. I spent my 2 years there, came back. I never looked back. I went through teaching all along.
I saw on your bio, you being, how many decades was it that you've been a teacher and a principal, actually in the education sector?
I've been in the education sector for 38 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So now it starts being a teacher. When was it?
I started teaching in 1981.
Oh,
You were not born yet. Yes. And then for 17 years, I was a teacher. Then when my principal left in 1997, the last day of her work, she called me to the office and said to me, when I leave here, you must apply for this post.
Wow.
To me, it said she saw something in me. Yes. And really, when she left, the post was advertised, I applied. I was only a teacher for 17 years. And I became a principal for 21 years.
Wow.
Yes.
Ma, please take me through being a teacher during times of apartheid. How was it?
When I started teaching, it was in 1981. Things were starting to shape up a little bit. When I was doing a grade 8, which is Form 3, we used to do maths, history in Afrikaans. But we went there and we managed until 1976. Then things started to change. Yes. But I managed all through. I managed to go through.
And look, you did it.
and I made it.
Yeah. Now, from being a teacher to a principal, how was it? Because now you're used to being a teacher, now you get into another position.
It was not easy.
Yeah.
It was not easy. When I started, I had a deputy principal who said to me, I'm not going to apply for this position because in a year's time, I'm leaving also. So that's how I got appointed as a principal.
Yes.
So she was my mentor. She took me through everything. And also the district, the department,
Yes.
I got somebody who was also a mentor to me. They took me through all the steps.
Everything.
And fortunately, the teachers I worked with were the teachers that I had to be principal to. So they understood how I was working before becoming a principal. They knew how I worked. And they also supported me. I got a lot of support from people in the school.
And that's the most important thing.
Yes.
Now, Ma, being a teacher, being a principal, you end up being a mentor too. You are a leader. How was it being a leader to these teachers, to the teachers, and to everybody around, even the learners too?
It was not easy. It was not easy. But if I can tell you, I've got principals that I've mentored. I've got deputies. I've got HODs that came through me. Because when I started working, I said to them, guys, I'm not the person. You are the people. I will learn to work with you. You will learn to work with me. We all have to work together so that we take this school. My main aim was to take the school to a better position.
Yes.
And I told them that I'm not the person who will do everything alone.
Yeah.
I'm here with you. I will hear from you what you want to do in this school.
Let's work together.
Yes, we will work together as a team. And really, I did work with them.
Wow. Futhi gape bana ba tshwenya ko sekolong. Eo yona no e handlela because very principal like o strict. Ya batle next. Eo no e handlela yang.
Well, a primary school is much better than a high school.
Yeah.
Yes. They are giving problems, but problems that you can be able to work with. And also engaging parents.
Yes.
Involving parents is the best thing that you can do. Whenever you have parents' meetings, involve parents, talk to them. At school, we had a situation where with our teachers, we used to call parents to workshops, parent workshops, where we would be workshopping parents on how to assist their children. And also the vision of the school, the standards of the school also assisted in managing the learners.
Yes.
Because you would tell parents to say that the values of the school must be values at home.
Wow. Yeah.
You cannot have values at home, at school, whereas they don't function at school, at home. Let's share the values.
True.
That you will also take up as parents at home. And our children must know that I'm able to talk to the teacher as a parent at any time. Yeah. As a teacher, I'm able to speak to the parent at any time. That also helped us to maintain discipline in the school.
True. I was telling someone, Karen, I loved when I was in primary when my teacher had the phone numbers of my parents. Remember, the phone.
Yes.
As much as it used to annoy me, she was always telling my parents, oh,
Yes,
but they knew progress yaka e yang ko sekolong and everything.
Yes.
So that's so amazing. And speaking about the workshop, people are not doing them right now. It's only parents' meetings, and
Parents'
people hardly even go there.
And even in your parents' meetings,
Mm.
get somebody who will come and speak to the parents about a certain topic.
Yeah.
Not just telling parents 1, 2, and 3, the meeting is over. Have meetings that would be, fruitful for parents. When they leave the meeting, they should be able to say, today we learned 1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
So that's how we maintained the school.
Yeah. Ma, so when you took the position of being a principal, obviously you had a vision and a plan. Oh, this is what you want. Do you think, Jorge, your vision and your plans were executed through your time as a principal?
They were. Firstly, as I say, that I've had to mentor principals who came from my school. They went out and became principals to other schools. Because my aim was to say that at the end of it, I need to have teachers who will go out of this school and lead somewhere. They must be leaders somewhere.
Yes.
So that was one of my visions, to say that they need to lead. Also, you need to plan how to communicate.
True.
You need to plan how to communicate. In our communication, teachers knew that if I've got to communicate with a parent, there are certain ways of doing it. I cannot just say, write a letter to a parent and say, your child has done 1, 2, and 3. See what to do. No. We need to look at the reasons why the child, behaved in that manner.
Yes.
What could be the problems in this child? I normally used to tell teachers to say, when we grew up, our parents were the ones who were stressed, who were having challenges. But now our children are having big challenges, problems, and we need to understand them. We need to find out why. Why are they having such problems? Why are they behaving in such a way? Now, that would only come through communication.
Yes.
Your communication has to be very alive. Also, as a principal, you need to communicate your values, the values in the school.
Yeah.
Let your teachers know what you expect from them, your expectations from them. You cannot just expect teachers to deal with issues anyhow.
Yes.
They must first understand what you want to them, what you expect from them, so that when they work, they know exactly what to expect from them.
Yes.
Yes.
It's also important to understand that, yes, I leave my home as a learner. It's another home too.
It's another home. It's another home. Children must be able to come to you as a teacher and tell you what they feel, what happened to them. At school we had one teacher who was a learner mentor, who was an HOD. She used to look after children's problems. And children knew that if I have a problem, this is the teacher to go to. And after the teacher has spoken to them, we would sit as a team of management, discuss those problems, look at how do we go forward to assist those children who have problems. So we didn't just teach children. We wanted to know these kids more, discuss more of their problems and know more of what they're going through. And also parents were able to come to the school, talk about their problems. Ma'am, I've got such a problem. Then we see how do we assist that parent to solve that problem. We worked with the SAPS. We worked with the social workers. We worked with the local clinic, so that we know exactly if a child has got problems, how do we assist the child? Where do we channel that problem to. So the children know exactly that if I've got a problem in the school, I know the school will be able to assist me.
Now I feel like it's a bit difficult because Kili maybe a learner, or feel like you're so detached. You cannot even connect to your teacher. You are scared because maybe no, I'm a teacher. You cannot speak to me.
There are still teachers who are able to assist. There are still teachers who are able to assist. It only depends on your personality as a teacher.
Yes.
How do you engage with the learners? How do you engage with other teachers? How do you go out to get information about certain issues that happen in the school?
Yes.
So that you are able to say, okay, this is how I got the information, this is what I got, and this is how we can be able to help. We also had a session in the school of discussing individual learners.
Wow.
Not to be nasty to them, but a teacher would come with a problem to say, so and so has got such and such a problem. How do we assist?
Yeah.
And we would all sit together, discuss that child, and come up with a solution. Then the teacher would be taking that up to say, okay, then I'm going back to assist the child.
Amazing. No, Ma, as you're talking about this, now I'm getting to see a visionary leader. Being a leader is not easy. To you, what do you think are the qualities of a leader?
Qualities of a leader. Firstly, as I've indicated earlier on, to say that communication is key.
Number one.
Yes, communication is key. As a visionary leader, you want to set values in the school. And you want to set values that will engage the learners in such a way that you create a climate, a conducive climate of teaching and learning for these learners. Yes, because if learners are not safe in the school, if the environment is not conducive, anything is possible for these kids to be abused, to get hurt in the school.
Yes.
We used to have an organization where we used to train boys, boy learners, to say, how do they treat girls?
Yes.
How do they look at girls, and how do they respect girls? So those are the things that you need to work on as a principal, your vision as a school.
Yes.
How do we set standards in the school?
Oh, amazing.
And you've got to communicate that with parents,
yes,
teachers, learners. We used to work with the community also.
Yeah.
The community must know the values of the school, the standards of the school, so that even if they're working outside, they know exactly the standards of the school.
Of the school, yes.
Yes, because if they don't know, they're not even involved in the school, they might do anything that might jeopardize the school.
Of course.
So if you work with them, set them the standards. A parent must know that I cannot bring my child at 8:30 to school.
Of course.
It's not allowed. It's not the standard of the school.
And the child has to look good, dressed well, properly.
Yes. And, the parent must know that I cannot come to the school wearing a gown or a nightie.
Of course, yeah.
You must respect your child, respect the school.
True.
Come well dressed to the school, so that when you come to the school, your child should be proud of you as a parent, So those are the things that we look at as a principal, to say that, I want to share the vision of the school with the teachers. How do I share the vision of the school with the teachers? Firstly, you cannot just come up with your own vision as an individual. You sit down with the teachers, you sit down with the parents, you discuss. What are your intentions about the school? What would you like to see in the school happening?
Yes.
You know, from that, you sit down with your management, you sit down with your teachers,
Yes.
you draw the vision of the school. And in that vision of the school, you also come up with the mission. How are you
Ooh.
going to come up
Yes.
with that? How are you going to, you know, bring it to fruition, that
Yeah.
vision, you know? Then after that, after you've done that, as a principal again, you sit,
Yes.
you say, these are the things that we want as a school. This is our vision as a school. How do I, as a principal, assist the teachers, assist the learners, assist the parents, you know, in coming up, in achieving this vision? You now come up with your own vision that is based on this school vision. How do you assist these learners? Because the vision that you bring must be able to bring about change for the learners in the school. It must be, the learners must be proud of saying, I'm in this school.
Yeah.
They must have that pride. And you know, we used to say also, with the uniform, wear your uniform with pride.
Oh.
Wear your uniform with pride. When you go out there, you must be proud to say, I'm a learner in this
In
school.
this school, yes.
You know, those are the things that you will look at.
So amazing, Ma. Ma, now as we get into Tabayadi curriculum, if you had to look at the curriculum ya lona back then and now, we bona ele yang, especially when it comes to the pass rate, you know, the system ya thing. How is it?
You know, I was looking at it even yesterday. There was a message that came from a Chinese guy writing a message to parents and teachers in a certain school to say that children will be writing exams. And these children, as they are going to write exams, not every child in this school wants to be a doctor.
Oh, yeah.
Not every child
True.
in this school wants to be a mathematician.
Yes.
Not every child in this school wants to be a town planner. There are children there who don't need maths.
Yes.
There are children there who don't need physics. What are you saying about those kids? Now, firstly, we started by having the maths literacy. If you remember, first we had maths only.
Maths only, yes.
Yes. And children had to fail because they didn't have maths. They didn't know maths. The department changed to maths literacy.
Yes.
But if you can now, the standard has been dropped again. This standard is not for the learners who want to go and be doctors, who want to go and be whatever.
Yes.
But for the learners who wants to be a DJ, a learner who wants to be what can I say? A learner who wants to be,
Even your entertainment, anything that's just
maybe you want to start your own business and it doesn't want maths. But I'm suppressing this child's because I want this child to pass maths. So it is improving to look at the individual child now, you know. If the child does not need maths, why do we have to force the child to do math? So,
and why do they wait late? Because I can't go grade 9, you know, that's when you do that, you choose.
Choice.
Yes. Then they wait to fit like a metric. Babona, you're struggling with that maths. I'm like, now you have to keep failing it.
You have to keep failing. And it disappoints other children. Other children end up feeling that, no, I'm leaving this. I'm not doing it anymore.
And it's okay if you don't want to do maths. You can go for general. You can go for other things.
Yes. You can go for general things that you are planning to do at the end of your career, your metric. What do you want to do after metric?
Exactly. We are so focused on your maths and physics.
And you know, even today that children don't have to go to metric. You pass your grade 9, your grade 10, you go to a vocational school.
Yes.
You go to a vocational school.
Do your N4, N3, your level, all those things.
And in that vocational school, you leave that college with experience.
A lot of it.
You live with experience. But as parents, we still want my child must go and pass matric. For what?
Ma, do you think they know or ke fela that pressure? No, ke batla ngwana ke. Is the information being brought to them?
The competition, especially in the townships, there's a lot of competition. And as you say that, we don't teach our parents. We don't. We need to sit with our parents. I used to question the issue of, before we used to, in our high schools, we used to have tertiary schools coming to the high schools to come
yes.
and,
the career
show
day
off
and all
the
that,
career day, yes. But it's not done anymore now. Why?
No.
Because that's where our children will be able to know that, no, I don't have to go to matric. I don't have to suffer with maths.
Yes.
I can go with grade 10 and go to vocational. We're crying about experience today. Our children don't have the experience needed. But we still force our kids to go to matric. Why?
And you don't know ngwana o batla yona ntho eo.
A joke. One day, my sister is a grade art teacher. So she's telling me the children, they were discussing careers in class. So this boy said, I want to be, I don't know what it is called, but the ones that plays with Popeyes, acting there.
Okay. The cartoons and all that.
The cartoons and all that. So the parent of the child was like, no, I'm not educating you to play Popeyes.
Because they don't understand.
They don't understand. Yeah. And the child understands what he wants, So really, parents need to be educated. Even if we can do it in the media.
Thank you, Ma.
In the media, let's do it so that parents learn that it's not only matric the way of going to education. Let us learn.
And also, our parents need to learn, a doctor, a nurse, or this. But now what if I want to be in the entertainment? It's just fun. But we're bringing all the information to people now.
They don't know. Yeah. Our parents don't know. And as I say, that the competition in the township is too much. It's too much. It's challenging our kids. We want my child to be like so and so.
So and so, yes.
Yes. And we don't know the possibilities of this child going this route. We don't know.
I would end up maybe kereki business management because pressure. Yes. After more young soul, I'm not enjoying it.
We're not enjoying it. That is why sometimes I usually see it in the media. You find that a child would be saying, I did my mom's or my parents' degree. Now here's your certificate. Thank you. I'm now going to pursue my own thing.
I'm one of those, ma. I've got a qualification ya batswadi ke na le yaka.
You see?
Yes. You see? Hey, it's one of the hardest things. Yes. And engwe mama, taking us back, ha re gola ne re itse go ka matric, the newspaper, the results di tswa mo, and it causes a lot of suicides, a lot of things. When we bona yang since by khatile gore now it's private. Or ke number ya gage itse we can. Because before makhelwane never, because of libitso lak.
I think it's the best thing.
Yeah.
Because really, let us not engage learners in competing, negative competition. Because the newspaper was just a negative competition.
Yes.
I want my child to be seen in the newspaper. And this child who did not come into the newspaper is much better in something else.
True. Yes.
Much better in something else. And this information is only for me, not for the community, not for
Oh.
everybody. Why must we be prioritizing
Just like
everybody?
that. Hey,
Let it be for me and for me only.
Yes. Yaanong society se ba tlo bona because ke charmi ba tlo bona gore o entse yang.
The thing that I'm saying about competition.
Oh ma,
And it's killing our kids.
a lot.
It's killing our kids.
How many of them killed themselves because of that?
Mm.
Oh. No, ma, eyona etata. I want us to get into retirement. You, when you decided to retire, you know, haki nagana this thing, Mabana, I saw something interesting. So as I was going through the social media, I'm seeing a conversation here, the retired teachers. Some of them bankile an early retirement because of the pressures of teaching. Balla bare, it's not nice. You see it and you feel, no, I want to go and do teaching. But now there's a lot of pressure. You'll find one teacher has got 4 classes. It's a lot. So a lot of teachers gonna know bakra the wellness center because of stress. A lot of them they quit. So do you think gore ma-teacher ga gona no gabayo or ba latlhelwa fela mesebetsi because you know ga go batliwe ma-teacher?
You know, I always complained, and I know this one might get me into hot water. You know, when we said that, when the government said black schools should not pay school fees. Yes, it's a good thing, but on the other side, it's not a good thing. You know, we've had our counterpart schools who were paying fees in their schools. And with that money, they were able to engage more teachers, pay more extra teachers, because the government would be saying 1:40. But those schools, because they've got these fees that are being paid, they are able to say, okay, in my school as a principal, I will have 25 kids in a class. The 15 kids, I will pay an extra teacher for them.
Okay.
And we are failing in that. We are failing in that because we don't have funds.
Yes.
We can't raise funds as schools.
In a class now, it's like 50 learners or 60.
Yes. Yes. You know, right now, I work as an assistant when in a private school. When they're writing exams, they hire extra teachers to come and assist these learners.
Wow.
They've got scribes, they've got readers who assist these learners because they've got the money.
They have it.
Because they have the money.
Now in the public school?
In a public school, you can't do that. If a child is struggling, they will struggle until they leave school.
Oh, ma. Because now teachers are complaining and saying, no, I want a job, mara e le gore e tlo affecta health yaka.
It's really affecting the teachers. It's really affecting the teachers. Again, you know, discipline in our schools. Discipline in our schools. Because our parents don't support schools as supposed to.
Yeah.
I will be asking parents to say, please support the children. The child would be going to school, given homework. When coming home, the parent is not there to assist the child with the homework. You know, after I've retired, one teacher was crying to me saying, ma'am, you know, I've created during the COVID era, I've created a platform for my learners in class, for my parents, so that I upload homework for the parents, so that even if they are at home, they are able to work. And she was saying, you know, our parents don't care.
They don't.
The parent would be telling you, no, I didn't have data. No, I didn't see the homework. So, you know, really, really, parental support is very key. Very key in any child's education.
Indeed.
You know, because if you don't support your child as a parent, the child will just go anywhere, do anyhow at school. how do we assist our learners as parents? And you know, you are able even to say as a parent, write a note to the teacher to say,
Yep.
you know, you've given so and so homework and I didn't understand this homework. How do I assist the learner? Hence, I say in our school, we had parents' workshop, especially for the learners who were struggling at school,
Yes.
to say, how do you as a parent assist this child with their homework?
No, it's a struggle that we are facing. But Wena, according to you, what do you think the department also should do further in terms of assisting? Because they cannot only assist the learner only, but what about the teacher?
You know, workshops
Mm-hmm.
are key.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if we can have, I remember there was a time when there was a lady who was an MEC in Gauteng. She used to run workshops for parents.
For parents, wow.
Yes, she used to run workshops for parents. And we would go there as teachers with parents, attend that workshop with parents, discuss issues with parents.
Yes.
You know, townships are not the same. The area that I come from is different from the area that you come
yes.
from. Discipline is different,
Mm.
you know. So if we come together as parents and teachers and we discuss, we will be able to know how to treat this area, how to teach these kids, you know. And parents will also start to learn to engage more interestingly, engage, you know, more with the teachers and the learners. Know exactly what is
Yes.
expected from them, you know.
No, that's so powerful, Ma. So, Ma, since we need to wrap this thing, I want you to, to encourage. There are those ba e le goreng ba batla mo fa position ya bo principal a re, yo, a ke tsebe ke etseng. What can you say to that person e le gore o tlo kena mo ditlhakong tse di tona yaanong?
You know, being a teacher, you are a manager in your class, firstly.
Yes.
Now, being a principal, you are a manager, you are a bigger manager. But you started being a manager in your class.
Yes.
You had to manage those kids, manage the parents in that classroom.
True.
The difference is that the principal and the teacher, the principal is at a higher level.
Yes.
You are still a manager in your classroom as a teacher. And, you know, if you want to become a principal, there's nothing difficult in that, because you will learn on the job. Wow. You will be taking the very same people that you work with and engage them. You know, I remember I used to have post-level ones, the junior teachers. I used to train them for the HOD post, for the deputy post. Duties that they were doing. They would be able to do duties in their school, go to the department and present. Wow. My SGB, I didn't stand in front of the parents and present. We sit as the SGB, you will be doing this, you will be doing this,
it's
and we discuss, we work together. And, you know, one parent once said, you know, it's so amazing that you do, how you do the things in your school. Because you don't stand up and say everything. They stand up and do everything. Yes. In our parents' meetings, HODs, teachers, report about the performance of the school. I don't have to stand up and report about the... No. They know the performance of the school. Wow. They have to stand up and tell parents how we perform as a school.
That's amazing, Ma. Ma, thank you so much for being a visionary leader,
Thank you, my
for
dear.
being a mentor to a lot of people. I believe with this episode, it's gonna touch a lot of lives. It's gonna impact a lot of people because ho na le ba bang ntse ba ilimita, ba se sure gore, hey, do I want to get into this? Should I not? And also struggling. So I'm hoping gore with this, it's gonna teach a lot of people.
It will.
Ke a leboga gore o tsere matsapa to come and just join us on this show.
Thank you for your time. Thank you for engaging me.
Continue being a blessing.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you.
Bagaetsho ko gae, I do hope you had an amazing time with us. The most important thing I learned here was communication. That's the first. It comes first. I hope gore with this, you're going to apply it and learn something from this, from a retired principal who knows gore, ne go le yang before. So, koponkeletse a favor, just interact with us on our socials and also here, just comment, like, subscribe, tell others. Ka lebiso ke Chami Moroke, ke Mina Noko, ke Mosebo wa Dira, ke go lebogile thata Mogaetsho.